In this video, we are going to discuss the variations. Basically, there are two types of variation. One is called directly proportion and second is called inversely proportion. Right now, we are not going into details what the directly and inversely proportion basically are. Here, our intention is how to solve the questions of both of the variations. So let me discuss. There are two methods to solve the questions on directly proportion and inversely proportion, and we will discuss both of them in this video. But right now I am going to discuss the one method which is called formula method, and let us discuss that formula method first. Suppose there are two variables, one is called y and the second is called x, and if we say that y and x are, that x is inversely proportional to y, so how to write the formula? In that case, it is y is equal to k over x. So whenever there are two variables which are inversely proportional, their formula is y is equal to k. K is called constant of proportionality. So it is always one variable is in the denominator of the k. K is basically a number. For example, there is an equation y is equal to 3 over k square x square. So here y is inversely proportional to x square, and the k is 3 here. We can also say that if we multiply this x with y, so we can write this equation like this as well. Xy is equal to k, and this equation can be written as x squared times y is equal to 3. So these are the two ways to write a formula or equation of inversely proportional. It is up to you which method you prefer, which formula you prefer. Now let's come to the directly proportional. If two variables y and x, if they are directly proportional, so the formula is like that: y is equal to k times x, and you can also write this formula: y over x is equal to k. Let me take an example. Y is directly proportional to x squared. Sorry, it is x squared. And you can also write it like this: y over x squared is equal to k. And k can be any number. It could be 3, 4, 5, anything. Suppose it is right or 10. So in this case, it is y is directly proportional to 10 times x squared. So this is how we can write the formulas of directly proportional and inversely proportional. Now we are going to discuss and questions which are based on inversely and directly proportional. Let's see how to solve them. The first question on the variation is that, let's come to the first question. This is our question here. Look here. It is given that p is equal to 12 upon square root of k. And we have to describe what kind of relationship is between p and q. And you can see that when one variable is in the denominator, this is an inverse relationship. Therefore, we can say that p is inversely proportional to the square root of q. So this is the answer here. So now let's come to the question number second. Next. The next question is that when an object is falling, the air resistance varies as the square of the speed. Okay, so let me write it. It is varies. So here it is not mentioned whether variation is directly or inversely. But if you take a common sense, or you can say that if it is not mentioned in the question, normally it is directly proportional. But if you take the common sense, in directly proportional, you know that if uh, if the air resistance is, if you increase the air resistance, the speed of the falling object will decrease. Okay, so just let. So as we discussed that if we take the common sense, as the speed of an object is keep on increasing, so the resistance of the air will also keep on increasing. So in such situation, when the value of one variable is increasing, and the in the same way the value of the second variable is also increasing proportionally, when both variables are increasing proportionally, so this situation is called directly proportional. So here it is, we can use our common sense and we can say that this is directly proportional situation. So we will use here that we can say that the air resistance is directly proportional to the square of the speed. Now we are going to write the equation of this situation. Now let's say that the resistance is R. We represent R for resistance, and the speed is V. So as resistance is directly proportional to the square of V, then the formula is R is equal to, it is directly proportional K times V square, because it is square of the speed. Resistance is directly proportional to the square of the. To find this formula completely, we have to find the value of K first. So then we can say that this formula is complete. So let's see how to use it. So let's come to the first part of the question. At a certain speed, suppose it is not given, we say it is a V. So the resistance is 30 Newton. Okay. So let us plug in these values here. Uh, at certain speed, the resistance is 30 Newton. Let me use this information in the equation. So at certain speed, the resistance is 30 Newton. So it is 30 here is equal to K, and the speed is V. Let me plug this V here, V square. So therefore K is it is 30 over V square. So I will use this K in this equation. The equation will become R is equal to 30. I will place the value in place of K, V square, and this is another V, and this is V square. Okay, so I will not cancel it right now. Okay, so now the second information, what is the resistance at twice this speed? If the speed is 2 times, so then what is the resistance then? So I have to find resistance here. It is value of K, V square, and the speed is twice. So when speed is twice, I will use the bracket here. Be careful, use the brackets here. So then I will put square over here. Then resistance is R is equal to 30 over V square, and times 2 square is 4, and V square is. No, I will cancel it. This one, and 30 times 4 is, so then resistance is 120. 120 it is, yeah. So the resistance is 120. So this is how we can solve this question. Okay, the second here the second part, B part, is that y is inversely proportional to x. This is the second part, which is okay. So here y is inversely proportional to x. So let me write the equation first here. So as y is inversely proportional to x, so it is y is equal to k over x. Okay, in inversely proportion, one variable is in the denominator. It is always in the denominator. Okay, so given that y is 6 and x is 4, y is 6 and x is 4, so y is 6 and k or x is 4. So what is k then? K is 24. Now the formula is, now this is the complete formula. You should give this formula in the question. You should find the value of k and put the value of k here, and write this formula in the answer space. This is the formula. Here this is also formula, but here k is unknown. You should find the k and then give this formula in the answer space. So this is the formula here. So we found this k right now. So now the next part, find the value of y when x is 3. So now after finding the value of k, now we have to find what is y if x is 3. So let me plug in here. What is y? when x is 3, so 3 8s, so y is 8. So when x is 3, so y is 8. So this is how we can solve this question. Okay, as we discussed in the beginning of the video, there are two methods to solve both inversely proportional question and directly proportional question. So right now this is first method, which is called formula method, in which we first write the formula of what if it is directly proportional or inversely proportional. The second step is to find the value of k, and in the third step we have to find one of the variable if the second variable is k. So this is one method. So now let me tell you the second method, in which there is no need, we don't need any formula. So let's come to that method. Okay, I will use that second method on this b part. Look here, there are two variables, y and x. So let me write y and x here. Y and x. Okay, so y is 6 and x is 4. Let me write y is 6. Let me change the color here. Y is 6 and x is 4. And then the second situation, we have to find what is y when x is 3. When x is 3, what is y? So let me call this y. Just wait. Therefore, okay, so now in this case, if it is directly proportional, then we cross multiply. As this is not directly proportional case, this is inversely proportional case. Here we don't cross multiply. Look, how do we multiply? Normally we multiply like this. We multiply 4 with 6 or 6 with 4 and this y with 3. So the equation will become 4 multiplied by 6 is equal to y multiplied by 3. This is how we can multiply when it is inversely proportional. We don't cross multiply in inversely proportional case. So it is 24, and in the 3 will come over here. So y. So y is 8. So the answer is 8. Look, this is the same answer as we did before. Here y was also 8. So this is second method to handle the inversely proportional case. Now let's come to the directly proportional case. So just we will take a little pause here, and then we now come to the next question. This is the next question. It is t is inversely proportional to the square of n. Now it is up to you whether you should use formula method or without formula method. Now I will discuss without formula. So it is t is inversely proportional to the square of n. So let me write this. So t is in the square of l. It is square of l. So write it square of l. Okay. So the number is t is 9, l is 2. T is 9 and l is 2. L is 2 means just write it like this square, because there is a l square. Put square as well. And then what is l when t is 25? So if t is 25, what is l? That is l. So I will write l square. Okay. So what is l square? So okay. So now it is inversely proportional. We don't cross multiply. We will multiply like this. So it is 9 multiply 2 square is equal to 25 multiplied by l square. Okay, so just wait it. So okay, so it is 9 multiplied by 4, and this 25 will come in the denominator. Okay, so it is l square. So it is l square is 36 over 25. So what I will do is, no, I will take square root on both sides, because I have to find the value of. So remember, when you take square root, there's a plus minus sign always. So L is plus minus square root of 36 is 6 and 6 over. So there are two values of L. So this is how we can find, we can handle the inversely proportional case when we don't use a formula. And remember, it is L square. Whenever you put the value of L put square as well. And as we have to find L, so here in this case it is L square, we have to find the value of L square first. And after that we take the square root and then find the value. Remember this key point. So as it is L of square, we should also put square on every number, every variable which is used in this in the downside of this. Okay, so now let's come to the next question. The next question is about directly proportional case, and in this case we also have two methods. One is called formula method and second is without formula method. So I will show you both of them. So let me discuss the formula method. We have discussed the formula method. So let me use the formula method and define the values of that. So y is directly proportional to the square root of x. So here it is directly proportional to square root of x. So it is y is equal to k times square root of x. This is the formula, but this is not complete formula. We have to find the value of k first, then it will become the complete formula. So let me see. If y is 12 and x is 36, okay, so y is 12, so y is 12 and x is 36. Okay, so 36 square root of 36 is 6, so it is 6k is equal to 12, and k is 12 upon 6. Okay, so now the complete formula is y is equal to 2 under root x, square root of x. Okay, this is the complete formula. You should give this formula in the answer square. Now the second part is that if what is x if y is 10? Okay, so if y is 10, so let me plug this value here. If y is 10, so here, what is x here? So I will divide this 2 here. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now I will take, so it is x here. Now I will take square on both sides. Okay, so I will take square on both sides. Square over here, square here. So this square cancels square root, then x is 25. So this is how we can find the formula and then find the unknown values using the formula method. Now I will discuss the second method for this same question, and which is without formula method. And let's see how we will handle that method. So okay, the question is, let me come to the next this sheet. It is not, yeah, it's over here. Okay, so the same question, let me read the same question. Y is directly proportional to x, and let me write y and x over that as a heading. Okay, the question is there, then it is y is 12 and x is 36. Y is 12 and x is 36. Okay, so it is, okay, let me read the question carefully. Y is directly square root of x. So, okay, I did mistake here. It is square root of x. I will put square root over here as well. Okay, so now the next is, what is the value of x when y is 10? So when y is 10, what is the value of x? I will put square root of x. I have to find this x, but you should put x square root on it as well, because it is square root at the top of the heading. So please remember this idea. But when there is a directly proportion, we use cross multiply. Remember, cross multiply is only used when the two variables are directly proportional. So I will multiply like this. Okay, so under root 36 times 10 is equal to 12 multiply under root x. Under root 36 is 6, 6 times 10. Okay, and this 12 will come in the denominator. It is under root x here. So let me 6 ones and 6 twos and 2 ones and 2 fives. Okay, so under root x is 5. What I will do here, I will take square root on both sides here and square on here. So answer is x is equal to 20. Okay, so this is the same. Yeah, it is the same answer which we found using the formula. So I hope you understand both of the method. Now this is our last question. Here the table is given here. Look here how to find these unknown values. Here p is unknown, q is unknown, and how to find it. And question is, y is inversely proportional to x. Okay, it's better to use formula method here. It's up to you. You can also use without formula method. Okay, let me use without formula. So y is inversely proportional to x. So let me write this information here. Let me take a little pause because okay, so okay, look here. Y is inversely proportional to x. Let me write it here. So it is y and x. There are two variables y and x. They are inversely proportional. Okay, let me write the headings first, and then use any column. This is columns. These are columns. So use that column in which both x and y are given first. So this first column here, x and y both are given. In the second column, x is given but y is not given. In the third, x is not given, y is given. In the last one, both are not given. So I will use this first. X is 3 and y is 20. So x is 3 and y is 20. Now I will use the other column in which one thing is unknown. I will use this one first. Okay, so x is 4 and y is p. X is 4 and y is p. Okay, so as this is inversely proportional case, I will not cross multiply. I will multiply like this. Okay, so it is 20 multiplied by 3 is equal to p multiplied by 4. So p is 20 into 3 or divided by 4, and 4 5s are 20 and 50. So p is 50. Okay, so this is how we can find p is 50. So I can write p 15 here. So this p is 15. In the same way, I will use this again, and then this column, and then I will find q here, and in the same way, in the third one, I will use this one and then the second one, but here in this way we have to find m in terms of x. So I hope you understand how to handle the questions of directly proportion and inversely proportion using formula method and without formula method, and you have observed the difference between that. Without formula method, we don't cross multiply in inversely proportion, we cross multiply in directly proportion. And please be vigilant in question in the question